Welcome back. In today's lecture, I am going to talk about a state of physical and abstract object. So, what we are trying to understand first, what is meaning of physical and abstract object? Okay. So, in order to understand that physical and abstract object, first I am telling that okay, I have some system. I don't know what is that particular system, and I am going to represent that particular system using some set of differential equation. So for simplicity, what I am going to assume that this system is first order system. What does it mean? That I am just going to give one input and I am going to get one output. So this is also called single input single output system. I hope that you all are already well aware about this system, that single input and single output. This system is called seesaw system. Okay. Now what I am assuming that this system is represented by dxt by dt equal to fxt. Function why I have taken here, I have already told you that whenever I am taking some kind of system, at that time I am assuming that whatever output we are getting, that should be unique. Okay, and due to that reason, here I am assuming that this differential equation, right hand side of this differential equation is some kind of function, and that is function of a state. I am here in this system. What I am assuming that this system is automatically evolving, autonomously evolving. It means that there exists some kind of initial condition, and that initial condition is xt0, and with help of that initial condition this system is basically evolving. Okay, now in this particular system, what I am going to assume that output is xt. What does it mean by output? For this particular differential equation, if you solve this differential equation, you can see that fxt is given. Okay, whatever mathematical model is given to me, after that I want to know xt, what is futuristic behavior. So for that I have to give xt0, and it is very easy to see. In order to solve this differential equation, you all are already know that solution of this differential equation is given by this. Anyone has confusion on this expression? So this is differential equation, so I can able to represent this differential equation in form of integral equation. So now here you can see that since this is already known to me, okay, time I know that when I have to start my experiment and at what moment I am going to expect the output, that I also know. Okay, and due to that reason, if I know this data xt0, that I am going to now interpret as a input, then I can get the xt, that is output. Anyone has confusion on this particular interpretation? If I have this kind of representation, then what is input and what is output? Anyone has confusion? Okay, now this particular object is called abstract object. Why this is called abstract object? Because I don't know that what kind of physical system is going to satisfy this particular differential equation. Okay, now what I am going to do in order to relate physical system, I am going to take some kind of model, that is model of underwater vehicle. So I have some kind of underwater vehicle that is moving inside the river. Okay, and I have one thruster, okay, associated with this underwater vehicle, and I have to control the velocity, and for simplicity I am assuming mass equal to unity. So in the previous class we have already seen that I can apply the Newton's law, mdv by dt, and that is nothing but thruster I am applying, that thruster force, that is T, and after that I have some kind of drag force that is proportional to the velocity. Okay, in this particular underwater vehicle, suppose that at some moment you are going to stop the providing this thrust, then what happens, that this whole underwater vehicle is just governed by this kind of differential equation v mod v. Okay, here I have substituted m equal to 1. Okay, now in this particular differential equation, you can see that again I have exactly same differential equation like this abstract one. Okay, and what is v here? what is x0 here in case here, that is initial velocity. That suppose that if I stop providing torque at t1 time, or I stop not torque, that thrust I am stop providing at t1 time, that is nothing but v0. Okay, so this is the initial condition. So now you can see that there is no difference between this and this. Okay, and you all are already well aware that whenever we are measuring the velocity, that is some kind of real number only. Okay, so in this system, this is called physical system, represented by again some kind of mathematical model. Okay, and that mathematical model, now you can see that I can interpret this is abstract mathematical model. Okay, so if I study this particular mathematical model, then now any first order system, if that comes into picture, I can tell that what is behavior of that system. Is it become clear to everyone that just dealing with this abstract system, I can characterize the original physical system? Due to that reason, in system theory, most of time I am going to just talk about differential equation. Okay, some general form of differential equation. So here you can see that just I have taken single input, single output. Later case I can extend it to multi input, multi output. Okay, and in today's lecture we are trying to understand that what is meaning of this. I am going to define the state, and after that I will give you several physical example. So in this part, if anyone has confusion, then please let me know. If you are able to understand what is meaning of physical object or abstract object, then almost everything become clear to you. Okay, if you have confusion at this point, then please let me know. Anyone? Okay, now what I am going to do, so what I am going to do now, that I am going to assume something, that first I am going to start, I am going to check the, whenever I have some kind of physical system, then how to proceed towards the abstraction. Okay, or how to correlate with some set of differential equation. So for that, obviously I have to do the modeling. Okay, so how to do modeling? So whenever we are talking about the modeling, so modeling is nothing but the process of construction of mathematical description of the physical system. That is the meaning of the modeling. Okay, now what I request, someone please also on the recording, because I haven't on the recording, I am just doing the desktop recording, so it might possible if some problem will come into picture, then that lecture becomes saved. Okay, so someone please either on their Ayush, if you have some way, then please on the recording also. Okay, so now are you able to see this slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here you can see that again I have taken some system. Okay, and whenever we are dealing with the control system or system theory, so I have two different prospect. Okay, one prospect is that we have to understand about the system. Okay, at that time I can use the complicated mathematical model. But if you are going to control some system, then if you start with very complicated model, then what happens, that whatever control expression that comes into picture, most of time that contain lot of extra term, and in order to implement that term, several hardware or some different circuits are required, and due to that reason, whatever control that might be physical, that is not physically feasible, and due to that reason, that is motivation that most of time whenever we trying to design some kind of control, we are taking the simple model, simplified model. Okay, let us try to see this rocket. Okay, so whenever we are firing the rocket, at that time you can see that what happens, that I have weight of rocket, and after that we are providing some kind of thrust, and if thrust is higher than the weight, then what happens, that this rocket start moving. For simplicity, I just assume that this rocket is moving in vertically upward direction. Okay, but that is not the case. Most of time you might have seen that trajectory just looks like this. Okay, some trajectory looks like this. So obviously at this initial moment you might have seen that rocket either either make 90° from here, or they are inclined with respect to some angle. Okay, so just in this particular place I am just going to take care when this particular rocket on vertically upward position. Okay, now let us try to see here that how basically one can do the mathematical model. So I am assuming that I have to control the height of this. Okay, now height, rate of change of height, I have defined the velocity. So dh by dt is nothing but vt. So due to that reason this equation comes into picture. Okay, are you able to see this equation, h dot t equal to vt? So this quantity also I am writing h dot. Okay, and t. So sometimes people are writing t, sometimes that is not writing. Even if that is not written, you have to assume that h dot t. Okay, now try to see here that I have to write the differential equation, and here what is difficulty, that mass is also changing with respect to time. Okay, because most of time what happens, whatever fuel we are going to use here, that is decreasing with respect to time, and due to that reason I cannot able to apply directly F equal to ma. Okay, force equal to mass into acceleration, that is applicable only when mass is constant, and due to that reason I have to use exact form of second law of Newton, that is rate of change of momentum equal to force. Okay, and due to that reason first I have calculated the momentum at some particular time t, so mt into vt, and after that we are going to check that what is the rate of change of the momentum. Okay, this torque, net torque or net force, here that is not torque, that is force. So that net force that is acting in upward direction, due to that reason I have assumed that as a positive, and this kind of drag force that start acting on the system. Okay, and that is actually a square of the velocity, and most of time since we are talking about forward direction, so I am in between we are not assuming that this rocket sometime also moving in backward direction. Due to that reason either you can write v mod v or you can write v square, that is perfectly fine. Okay, and again their behavior is same like whenever something is moving inside the water. You can see that here drag force is proportional to the velocity. Obviously this k, that is depending on several factors, they are depending on the climate, they are depending on the size and shape of this particular rocket. Okay, so I haven't specified, but I will share one paper where exact value of k is also specified, and after that this is due to gravity. Okay, so and after that what I have to do, that I have to open this left hand side. So one time you can see that mt, and after that I have dvt by dt, and plus apart from that I have to also write vt into dm by dt. I hope that you are already worrying about these kind of things. Now you can see that this model m is also treated as some kind of a state variable now. Okay, I will tell you what is meaning of a state variable. But if you are defining m dot t equal to ut, it is possible to show that whole thing can be represented like this. Okay, now what we have seen here, this is not obviously a first order model. Now this particular system is represented by third order model. Okay, so could you please guess that this model is linear or non-linear? Anyone? Antara, could you please guess that h dot equal to vt, v dot equal to this, m dot equal to ut? So this is linear model or non-linear model?
Sir, how many states do we have here?
Here I have three states. You can see that ht is a state, mt is a state, vt is a state. So I have three.
It's non-linear because v square t.
Yeah, due to v square. Suppose that if you neglect the drag, then is it linear model or non-linear model?
Then it's linear if we neglect
Any other student, that is non-linear? Could you please guess why?
ut by mt.
Here you can see that mt in denominator. Due to that reason, due to mt, this is non-linear model. Okay, 1 by mt, that is no longer linear, na?
Yes.
Okay, so this is actually non-linear model, and due to that reason, now this model I can represent x dot equal to f. F is some kind of function, I don't know, again x, and I have some kind of forcing function, that is in this particular example, that is t, I am assuming. Or it might possible you can interpret two forcing function, one is t and another is that rate of change of mass. It is possible, okay, but for simplicity I am assuming that u is nothing but t. And in this particular model you can see here that x here, that is ht, and I am assuming that is mt and vt. Okay, so we are representing using some kind of column vector. Okay, now here in this particular example it is possible to show that mass is never negative. Okay, ht is never negative because we are going just on upward direction. Vt it might possible sometime I will increase, sometime I am decreasing, but one can restrict that Vt also greater than 0. So several restriction I have. Okay, so what this slide is going to convey, that if I have this kind of model x dot equal to fxu, some kind of abstract model, and if I know the property of this particular mathematical model, then I also know the property of this rocket. Okay, and in more broadly, if you know the theory of this particular differential equation x dot equal to fxu, okay, and here if x is very general, okay, what is meaning of general, that here if I have n number of state, u also m number of variable, okay, then whatever theory you can develop for this, equal theory is also applicable here. And due to that reason we are actually not study very specific system. Most of time we are study the general differential equation. Okay, and after that we are telling that by seeing our system we are trying to make some kind of analogy between abstract system and physical system. Anyone has confusion on this? Now one more thing here I am going to clarify, that people are also telling mathematical representation of some system as abstract model, because that is not physical. Okay, some kind of representation. Due to that reason, even if you write exact differential equation of some system, most of time that is not exact, because lot of approximation we are doing, and due to that reason that is abstract model. And whatever physical model means some kind of model you are constructing by adding some kind of hardware circuit. Okay, suppose if you have to develop some kind of rocket, you know that you need several specialization, and if all specialization comes into picture, then one can build this kind of model. Okay, why I have actually drawn here, that whenever we are firing some kind of rocket from the earth, then we are making sure that our velocity vt that should be greater than this, otherwise this particular rocket is not going to escape from our atmosphere. And due to that reason you can see that again another constraint on vt, that vt should be greater than v escape. Okay, anyone has confusion? Okay, now let us move to the state of a physical system, okay, or a physical or abstract system. So physical system means some kind of hardware realization you can think. Okay, abstract system means some same system if that is represented by some kind of mathematical tool, might be differential equation, difference equation, some kind of stochastic differential equation in some form of probability, some form of graph, all are called abstract object or abstract model. Okay, in this course most of time I am going to talk about differential equation or a system, physical system represented by differential equation or difference equation. Okay, now let us try to understand what is meaning of the state. So in order to illustrate that, what I am going to do, I am going to construct very small system. Here you can see that inside this particular box I have some combination of resistor. So here I have some kind of resistor, and that resistor you can see that this is R, again this is R, and after that here I have written something that is again some kind of resistor I have. So I have three different kind of resistor that present in this particular place. Okay, now what I am going to do, first I am going to on this switch. Okay, suppose if switch is on first position A, okay, then what happens, whatever input, suppose I have given some kind of input that is a V volt. Okay, so could you please guess that what kind of voltage that is going to appear on output side V? Suppose here what I have done, that I have connected this switch as position A. Okay, so now you try to see that my circuit is looks like something like this. Okay, so now I am going to record output here and R here, and what I am going to do, I am going to provide some kind of input V, and I am going to collect output here. So what kind of output is reflected, could you please tell me? Anyone quickly, could you please tell me? Anyone? Please answer. You all are a student of electrical engineering. Rishabh Jain. Rishabh, are you here? Divyans. Manish.
Sir, voltage across that resistor.
Yeah. Yeah. Voltage. Are you able to see my drawing? That.
Yes, sir.
So what is voltage across this resistor R? V by 2. Okay.
Sir, V by 2.
Okay, so and now what I am going to do, so same kind of things is actually Karthike has typed. Okay, now what I am going to do, I am going to change this switch. Okay, so I am going to move this switch from position A to position B. Okay, and at that time you can see that I have some specific value of resistor here. Okay, so for time being you can assume that that value is 4R. Okay, now again what I am going to do, I am going to see the what kind of voltage, okay, here across this and again this resistor, and at that time we have recorded some kind of value that is V by 4. Okay, so I am not going to solve it. Okay, just what I mean to say, that if your switch on this particular state A, at that time if you apply V, then I am going to get V by 2. In second position, if I change this switch, then if I apply V, then voltage is V by 4. Okay, so input and output pair corresponding to V, at some particular stage I have voltage, output voltage V by 2, and for corresponding to state B, that is V by 4. Okay, so could you please tell me that if I have information of V by 2 and V by 4, and if I know that I have given V, then what is very important quantity which is going to tell us that voltage is V by 2 or V by 4? What kind of things are you expecting in this particular example, that which is very essential to tell that voltage is either V by 2 and V by 4? Anyone?
Amount of resistance.
No, forget about the resistance. You can see that switch, position of the switch, okay, or a state of the switch. Okay, so that is very important. A state of switch, because I am not worrying that how much resistance you can change by yourself, and corresponding that value will change. Okay, so just I want to convey that here in this whole circuit, a state of switch is very important. Okay, so this state of switch is going to tell you that what is your future. Okay, so in this similar way, now I am going to define the state of this particular physical system, because this is physical system. So what we are telling, that the state of physical object is any property of that object which relate input to output, and here this property is nothing but property of this switch, which is going to relate from input to output, such that the knowledge of input function for all t greater than equal to t0. So I have to know input function for all t greater than equal to t0, and the state at t equal to t0. Completely one can determine the unique output t greater than equal to t0. So if I know that what is my state at t equal to t0 if I start our experiment, and suppose that now I am not going to change the switch, then uniquely I can tell that what is my output. Okay, so based on this state of switch, what happens, I have different output. Okay, so whenever we are talking about a state meaning of state is that I have some kind of unique quantity, okay, that is uniquely tell us that if you apply input for all t greater than equal to t0, then what is your output for t greater than equal to t0. Okay, now let us come to the first slide. And first slide, now could you please tell me, guess from here, for this particular system dx by dt equal to fx and xt equal to x0 is the initial condition, what is the state of this system? What value will tell us that for the given input, here you can interpret this whole quantity fx I am going to give, because I know what is my fx, I know the t0. You can see that here if I know the xt0 initial condition, then, and obviously I know the function because system mathematical model is known to me. So is it possible to guess any futuristic value or not? Are you able to understand my question? If I know the right hand side of this differential equation, okay, suppose in this particular underwater vehicle, that is minus v mod v, and if I know the initial velocity, so is it possible to guess that what is situation of vehicle after t equal to 5 seconds or not? Yes or no? Anyone? Quickly, could you please tell? Manish? Saswat?
Yes, sir.
It is possible to tell, because if I know xt0, okay, and if fxt0 is given, because most of time whenever we are doing mathematical model, at that time this is known to me. Okay, so if I know the initial velocity, then I can able to predict all future velocity for this particular example. And this is the main idea of Newtonian physics are telling the same. Okay, in next class I will come up with that also. So what Newtonian physics is telling, that if you know the representation of system by differential equation, and if you know the initial condition, okay, or in another way, if you know the position and velocity of the some object at some moment, then you are able to predict the futuristic value. What is the future? Uniquely you are able to tell. Okay, so due to that reason, what I have done, first I have taken one physical system, and using that physical system I show that here in this particular electrical circuit, that is, even if you can see here that whenever I have a resistor and voltage, at that time differential equation doesn't come into picture, but due to switch I can able to interpret now that what is condition of switch such that I can get the unique output, and that is the state of the physical object. Now I can generalize it. The state of a abstract object is the collection of number. Okay, now since I am talking about any abstract object, so abstract object is represented by differential equation, difference equation, or and so many different way. And most of time, you know that algebra only we are able to understand, and in algebra I have real number, and all sensors whatever we have developed, that only able to record the real numbers. So abstract, whenever we are talking about a state of means abstract object, that is nothing but some kind of real number which together with input uniquely determine the output. Okay, and next slide I will also give one example, okay, of a state, some subsequent slide, so you have to wait. So now let us try to see that why basically we are talking about the state space representation. So this is the basic motivation. Okay, during the classical control, I hope that most of you have done the course on classical control. At that time we are expressing the behavior of system using transfer function. Okay, so what basically we are doing, we have some kind of system and I am assuming that all initial condition of this system equal to 0. Then we are defining transfer function of some system, that is Laplace transform of the output by Laplace transform of the input, and that we are defining as a GS, that is the transfer function of the system. Okay, and if you see the transfer function, that is actually represented in terms of the polynomial. Okay, so suddenly why people start believing on the system that is represented by some kind of differential equation. Okay, and whenever I am representing system in form of differential equation, you can see that most of time what I am doing, I am representing system using first order differential equation. Okay, why? Motivation is quite clear. Suppose you have x is the position of some object. So x dot I know that is velocity, x double dot I know that is acceleration, x triple dot I know the jerk, but after x power 4 dot I don't know what is physical interpretation. Okay, and due to that reason Newton's tell that you can just restrict the quantity and their first derivative. Okay, so it means that you have quantity and their first derivative, so rate of change of that quantity, then you are able to interpret everything about that quantity. Okay, and what is extra benefit we are getting whenever you are following the Newton's way, that I am going to highlight here, and after that slowly once this course is progress, then you are able to understand. Okay, so having the mathematical model in a state variable form is convenient because the differential equation is ideally suited for digital or analog solution. You can see that what kind of difficulty comes into picture if I am going to solve some kind of polynomial using some kind of computer. Okay, you can see here, suppose this polynomial GS is nothing but this. Okay, and here this particular polynomial has root -1 -2 -2 -2. Okay, so this polynomial is called a stable polynomial. Anyone has confusion? Okay, now what I am going to do, I am going to implement same kind of polynomial using some kind of computer program. So what happens whenever you are going to do entry of this, always computer has some kind of error. Suppose that computer has error that comes into picture, that is 7.001. Okay, suppose precision of that computer is 10 power minus 3. So either if you enter 7, so that is 6.999 or 7.001. Okay, in place of 18 you can see that 17.9999 that comes into picture, and suppose we are lucky that in place of 20 and 8 exact same value is whatever value I have entered inside the computer using keyboard, same value they have interpreted. Now if you see the root, you can see that root is not directly different. Why that is different? You can see that one root that become, now this is 1.883 plus minus 0.1931. Okay, so one root here that is become complex. Okay, and two root real part of that is positive. So here in this place all are negative, but suddenly by change of a small parameter, okay, what happens, root is become totally different. It means that during computer program, or if your computer is not well behaved, then whatever things you are expecting, that kind of things is not come if you go via the classical approach. And due to that reason, if you see any space mission or any critical mission, most of time people are using just the differential equation representation. Okay, not this kind of, this is also called frequency domain representation. Okay, in this particular representation, a state space representation, which is using the differential equation, now you can see that you can uniformly able to represent linear system or nonlinear system. So I have given at least two example of nonlinear system, that is rocket or whatever I have underwater vehicle. Similarly, you can see that I have some kind of mass and suppose that mass is moving on this one dimensional plane and m is the mass of this system, then again I can represent this system. Suppose that x is here, so m d2 xt by dt square, and suppose if you apply some force ft here, okay, so I have some kind of mass that is moving influence of this force. And if you see this differential equation means clearly, what I have done, I have represented this x1 by x. So position I have represented using x, and x dot I am going to represent using x2. So it is possible to show that x1 dot equal to x2 and x2 dot equal to ft by m. Anyone has confusion on this representation? State space representation. What is meaning of state space representation? That we are first going to represent whole system using set of first order differential equation, and during this way it is possible to show that just I need that much of initial condition to solve this whole equation. So x1 0 and x2 0, if I know at t equal to 0 and f I know for all time, then I can able to guess that what is futuristic trajectory. Okay, so this is linear system, you can see here. Could you please tell me why this is linear system? It is possible to show, I will show you that in next part of this course, that one can represent this system like that, x dot equal to ax plus bu. Okay, where a is 0 0 0 and b is 0 1 and u is nothing but ft by m. Okay, so what I mean to say that whenever we are talking about a state space representation, that is uniform for the linear system and non-linear system, but this frequency domain approach is not uniform. Okay, for linear system it is okay, but non-linear system there is no physical interpretation, and due to that reason non-linear system cannot represent it entirely using the frequency domain. And most of time if you start with a state variable, then you have several theoretical things that is existing in mathematics, so you are able to deal with that. And concept of a state has a strong physical motivation. What physical motivation? I have already told you that if I know the x1 and rate of change of x1. Why I am telling rate of change of x1? Because I am assuming that right hand side of differential equation is known to me, that is fx. Suppose this is differential equation, so x t0 initial condition if I know, x dot means this differential equation if I know, then I can able to predict the future value. Okay, that is the strong same like motivation is exactly same like the Newtonian physics or classical physics. Anyone has confusion till now? Sometime it might possible that whatever point I have discussed that become more clear once I will proceed towards this course. Okay, now let us come with some more example. So here you can see that I have taken the example of simple pendulum system. Okay, I hope that you all are already well aware about this system. So what I am assuming that I have some kind of bow here, and here that is this is fixed. After that what I am assuming that whatever string here or whatever rod that is massless. Okay, and mass of this bow I am assuming that is equal to m, and that is actually swinging on this particular plane, and length of this is L, and theta at certain time you can see that angle made by this is theta. Okay, and I am assuming that this string, whatever string I have taken, that is rigid one. Okay, that is not flexible. So if you see this particular object, then one force that is due to gravity, that is in vertically downward direction, that is mg. Okay, but motion is actually in this particular curve, and if you see the component of mg, that is in this direction mg sin theta. I hope that this angle is theta, so this is theta. So you all are already well aware about this. Okay, now what I am going to do, I am going to write the differential equation for this particular system. So I have to characterize also some kind of drag force. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to apply F equal to mass into acceleration. So mass, I know that what is mass of mass of this particular bob I know. Now what I have to do, I have to calculate the acceleration. So in order to calculate the acceleration, first I am going to measure this length, and if this L is given, theta is given, so I can say that S equal to L theta. Okay, I am also able to calculate the velocity ds by dt by L theta dot. L I am assuming that is fixed. Okay, and similarly I can able to calculate that is called acceleration, that is theta double dot. Anyone has confusion on this expression, then please let me know. Okay, I am assuming there is no confusion. After that, we know that since this is actually doing motion in this particular plane, so some drag force comes into picture, and it is possible to show that drag force is proportional to the velocity. And here in this particular example, velocity is nothing but L theta dot, and due to that reason, now you can see that this expression comes into picture. F equal to ma, so mass acceleration is L theta double dot. Okay, and after that mg sin theta. So you can see here that this force, if you apply some kind of force U, then what happens, some opposition force mg sin theta due to gravity comes into picture. Due to that reason, negative sign is here. Since this pendulum is moving in this particular direction, so drag force in opposite direction, so again negative sign comes into picture, and due to that reason I have minus k L theta, k into velocity, and velocity we have know that dx by dt is L theta dot, and due to that reason this term comes into picture. And now what happens, this kind of mathematical model we are getting. Okay, so now could you please tell me that this is linear model or non-linear model,
non-linear,
and what is the state of the system here? How to guess a state? First, what I have to do, I have to represent this system using first order differential equation, and you can see here theta 1 equal to theta and theta 2 dot equal to theta dot I am assuming, and after that I have represented system again using some kind of first set of first order differential equation. Okay, so again what I am telling, that if you know the right hand side, and if you know theta 1 0 and theta 2 0, then you are able to know all theta 1 t and theta 2 t for any time, for all t. Okay, it is possible to know. Okay, so what is the state of this system?
theta 1 and theta 2.
Yeah, theta 1 and theta 2 is the state of this system. Okay, so now question is that how to modify the generalized representation in order to capture the broad class of system, and for that I need whatever theory we have learned in the previous class. Okay, so due to some lagging, I am not able to cover that part, so I will continue from this slide onward in the next class, and I will also explain you what is this particular figure is explaining. Okay, so if you have any confusion, so now I am going to conclude the today's lecture. So in today's lecture, what we have seen, that I have some physical system. After that, I can represent that system using some set of differential equation. Okay, so for every system I have some set of differential equation, but if we will go on that particular way, then that is very time consuming, and due to that reason what people has done, that they are trying to define some set of differential equation and telling that this differential equation is going to represent one classes of system. So if you read that differential equation, you are able to explore whole class of system. So now your job is very simple. You can take any physical system, you can represent that system using that set of differential equation, and you can tell that this is the property of that particular system, because you know the generalized property of the object. Okay, so now since I have second class, that is from 10 o'clock onward, so what I expect that in next class you can ask me whenever if you have any doubt, okay, related to this class or all previous class. Okay, things become more transparent once I will cover this lecture, that what is representation, how to use the idea of the Cartesian product, idea of the set, idea of the subset, idea of the function in order to represent this system. Okay, so with this remark I am going to end the today's lecture. Thank you very much.